Hello and welcome back to Goals Galore and welcome back to another week of Championship predictions. This time we're predicting match week 43 for the Championship. Not long left to go of the season, but still so much to be decided. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe. Let's get into predicting match week 43 for the Championship. We begin at Home Park for Plymouth hosting Leicester. Leicester really disappointed last time, losing 1-0 away at the Den to Millwall. As soon as everyone goes top, it's like they don't win it and they throw it away. Anyway, Plymouth, of course, midweek got a good point at home. In this one, I've just got a sneaky feeling Leicester will win this one 2-1. It's really hard to back against them with the quality in that squad, so I'm just about going to go for them. 2-1 here at Home Park. Off to the lunchtime kickoff for Leeds hosting Blackburn, two sides fighting for points. And I watched the Leeds game, I think it was last Tuesday now, and oh, that was awful. They were robbed of a penalty, but of course in the EFL, you don't always get the decisions due. As for Blackburn hammered 5-0, I can only see one winner in this one. Leeds to win 2-0 at Ellen Road. Off to Birmingham versus Coventry, of course, these two sides ground shared just a few years ago, and now Coventry looking to sneak into the playoffs. Luckily for Coventry, Preston host Norwich this week, two sides looking for the playoffs. So if Preston can hold Norwich and do Coventry a favour, Coventry could close the gap, of course. In this one, though, against Birmingham fighting for their lives, it was defeat midweek to Cardiff. In this one, Coventry to win 2-0 away. Off to Bristol City versus Huddersfield, and Huddersfield be disappointed they didn't get anything away from Deepdale in midweek. Of course, 1-0 up and they just couldn't hang on to it. As for Bristol City, though, 5-0 against Blackburn, of course, a 5-star display there. And too late to make the playoffs now, but next season, some really good signs for the Robins. In this one, I'm going to back Bristol City to win 2-1 again. I think they've been playing really well and free-flowing side, and they know how to put the ball in the back of the net. So another win here for Bristol City. Off to Hull versus QPR next, and Hull, of course, a draw last time out for them. All but confirms that they won't be getting in the playoffs this season. Really disappointing, really, because after the January window they had, it looked like they were nailed on to finish in the top 6, but just falling short on all eyes now towards next season. As for the visitors, QPR, you know, they went on a good run over Easter and before that, but recently have slipped off a little bit. They had to settle for a point away at Home Park last time. In this one, I think they'll settle for another point. 1-1 at Hull. Off to Portman Road is Ipswich hosting Middlesbrough. Two sides who last time out drew. Ipswich at Portman Road drew 0-0 with Watford, and they had a big chance to go top of the Championship again. Threw it away, and I did call it. I thought the hangover from the East Anglian derby defeat would stick with them, and it obviously has. And he just don't look themselves, Ipswich. I can see them dropping points here to a really good side in Middlesbrough. 1-1 at Portman Road. Off to the Den, it's Millwall versus Cardiff. Two sides that won 1-0 midweek. Of course, a huge win for Millwall, who were looking like they were going to get sucked back into the relegation battle. And as for Cardiff, of course, a nice win for them on the road. In this one, Millwall will get the win at home. They've looked really good and convincing at home this season under Neil Harris, and they'll win this one 2-1 at the Den. Off to Deepdale, Preston versus Norwich, a huge game in the playoff race. Of course, it currently stands that Norwich are 5 points ahead of Preston. So, of course, really is a 6-pointer this one. If Preston win, of course, they close the gap, and a huge opportunity for potentially Middlesbrough, but more so Coventry, to potentially leapfrog Norwich or just get a lot closer to them. And, of course, if Preston lose this one, they're out of the playoff race. Or if they draw, probably out as well. In this one, I can see Norwich winning at Deepdale 3-1 here. Off to Hillsborough for Sheffield Wednesday versus Stoke. And I was just going to mention it then. Sheffield Wednesday versus Norwich. A game of two halves where, of course, first half, Norwich looked like they were going to run away with it, but second half, Sheffield Wednesday pegged them back. Interesting game, and the fight and desire is there from Sheffield Wednesday. In this one against Stoke, of course, my team Swansea just played them, and I can't lie, it's just an experienced side with not a lot of quality in there. And, you know, I want Stoke to stay up. I think they will just about. But in this one, Sheffield Wednesday, I think they'll want it more. 2-0 at home here. We all know Southampton have got a busy schedule, but they got back winning ways in midweek, beating Coventry 2-1 at home. And in this one, of course, it's Watford who have been They've got a big say in the promotion race, haven't they? They've played quite a lot of teams now. It was a good draw for them away at Portman Road last time out. In this one, they're going to hold Southampton to a draw at St Mary's 1-1. Next up, we go to Swansea for Swansea versus Rotherham. Of course, Matchday Vlog will be up for this one on Saturday evening or Sunday morning. Get it done as quick as I can for you all. But Swans, what a win it was last time out. Much needed win as well at home to Stoke. And as for Rotherham, it was a pretty poor display against West Brom. One of the penalties in that game, I think it was the only penalty West Brom were awarded. Yeah, EFL have really messed that one up, well, the referees anyway. Handball was outside the box and they give a penalty for it. Unbelievable. But anyway, it doesn't matter too much now that they're relegated. Just a bit frustrating. In this one, I've got Swans to win 3-0. Again at home. The final game to predict is West Brom hosting Sunderland. Sunderland were really good against Leeds last time out. Offered not a lot going forward, but of course the game plan suited them to a T. They were very lucky to get away with that handball, but of course the EFL for you. However, West Brom, of course, very lucky to get a penalty in their game against Rotherham, as we just mentioned. And in this one at the Hawthorns, they get back on track to finish the season strong for the playoffs. 2-0 here at the Hawthorns. Well then guys, there are my Match Week 43 predictions for the Championship. If you did go on to enjoy, be sure to smash a like and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And I'll see you in the next one very soon guys. Take care. Good.